A North Texas woman has been taking care of kids for almost a year now that she says nobody wanted. Well, now the state wants to take them away from her, but she says she is going to fight to try to keep them. Fox 4 Sean Rabb joins us now from our Dallas newsroom to explain this family custody fight. Sean.
It's a story, Steve, that's taken some pretty dramatic twists since we began calling the state this morning. More on that in a moment. But first, Pamela Sampson says a friend called her about 3 kids who were out on the street. Out, Sampson says, because the family they were staying with, not their parents, didn't want to deal with them anymore. So she took them in and she's cared for them. She says that's where they need to stay, with her.
For these children, their lives have been like the puzzle they struggle to put together. So says Pamela Sampson.
When I was called to come and get them, it was in November, and they were sitting outside. When we pulled up, the foster care mother had put them outside and said she was done dealing with the system and dealing with the oldest child.
For 8 months, Sampson, who's not related to the children, has taken care of the 4- and 5-year-old and their 11-year-old sister. We won't show their faces because of the bad things that's happened to them, Children's Protective Services acknowledges. Sampson contacted us after CPS went to court this week to remove the kids from her home, concerned they'd be better in foster care.
Where were y'all then? I've had them 8 months. Where was all this passion and concern and all this stuff then? Y'all tell me that.
In a statement, CPS tells us the kids have not actually been in state custody, but what we call a parental child safety placement. That's an agreement with the parents to place the child with a friend or family member while the case progresses. Sometimes it becomes necessary to legally take custody of the children and place them in foster care.
When this story airs, it could cause quick action by CPS against you.
I understand it.
And you realize you could lose the kids quickly.
I understand it. But do they realize I ain't gonna give up? Do they realize that? Do they realize that you shouldn't have never let them come into my home? Because I'm never going to give up fighting for these 3.
Well, our warning to Pamela Sampson as we interviewed her today prophetically came to pass. The children, she tells me, were taken away late this afternoon by Dallas police, placed in the back of a squad car, headed to yet another home. The puzzle of their lives still a struggle to put together. All of that transpired, Steve, after we called CPS to verify what Sampson had told us.
I suppose she's not changing on her promise to fight either.
No, she says she's going to fight as best she can.
All right. Sean Rabb in our Dallas newsroom. Thank you.
All right.